I'm gonna show you how I crocheted this cutie as a beginner with absolutely no experience. So, you know that feeling when you're scrolling on Instagram and you get one of those super targeted ads? Well, one impulse purchase later and here I am. This is Pierre the Penguin Learn to Crochet Kit for Beginners. That's me, I'm a beginner. And on the back, it says, may take about 3 to 8 hours. And on the bottom, they've got this hilarious pun that says, warning, may result in getting hooked. Like when I first looked at the text, I thought it was an actual warning message, and then I realized it was just an awful pun. Okay, let's see what's in store. White yarn, crochet hook, stuffing, some blue yarn, and the wee woobly bits. Oh, on the back of this it also says instructions inside. I was a bit worried there were no instructions because that's it. Meet Pierre. Make Pierre. Follow the instructions online. Woobles.com/start. Okay, that's a lot of basics. I'm just gonna press the big get started button. That seems like the right thing to do.
With this kit, you're gonna learn how to crochet and in the process, make a cute little plushie. The biggest thing I wanna tell you is that you are going to make mistakes.
Mistakes? Me? No way! Haha! And I guess I'll just start following the tutorial now. Alright, so first of all, inside my yarn ball, there's this stuff, and I'm just gonna take it out because supposedly there is a pre-crocheted piece. Kinda looks like a mess of knots, but I guess that's what crocheting is. So, moment of truth, I've got the crochet hook. Stick it through the loop. Oh my god. Alright, so the first step of a simple crochet stitch is to stick the needle head underneath the first V. And as you can see, I was kind of struggling with that. But once you're done with that, you should have 3 loops of yarn on your needle, as you can see here. Then you take the yarn and you put it in front of the hook, and then you pull that new strand below the first 2 loops, like so. As you can see, I was kind of struggling with this, and the first time I tried, I actually lost the new strand, but it was pretty easy to redo. And so that's actually only the first half of the stitch. After you finish that, you should have 2 loops, and you kind of do the same thing where you bring the yarn to the front of the needle, and you pull it through both the loopies. And yeah.
If you've only got 1 loop left on the hook, then congrats, you have finished the single crochet stitch.
All right, that's my first stitch. Now I just gotta repeat that 17 more times for the first round. No, I made a mistake somewhere in there.
Mistakes? Me? No way!
So this is supposed to be the first stitch, right? And I already have 18 V's, but there's an extra hole. Where did I mess up? Oh god. Hopefully the mistake isn't too far back and I can just undo it. Voiceover Stella here, and it turned out the mistake was the very first stitch I made in this round. So, rookie mistake, but yeah, we gotta go on. Alright, so quickly checking in. I've spent about 2 hours and I have made it this far. I think I'm a little bit on the slow side probably, but again, I am a complete beginner. I've never done this before. And I also did make that mistake, so I had to undo and then redo a bunch of stitches. Overall, the instructions have been really clear and I think I've got the hang of it. I'm currently 3.5 hours in, and I finally made it to the point where they're teaching us how to make decrease stitches. So that means that the top half of the body must be done. I gotta say, right now, this is not the most appealing shape, so we'll see how it turns out at the end. So to actually do the increase stitch, you're basically supposed to take the hook, and then, remember how I mentioned there's a V? Instead of sticking the hook under both the strands of the V, you only stick it under the first strand of the V. And then you do that for the next V as well. And then you treat that as if it was, the same as your original V. So, you just do the yarn over the hook and then you pull the yarn through those 2 strands and then you treat it like the rest of a regular stitch. So I think I just made my second big mistake of this Woobles so far, and I've just been screwing up the decrease stitches. Luckily, I kind of knew what to look for this time, and I could already tell that I don't have enough stitches to finish this round with the right number. So I think I've been picking the wrong next hole to do my single stitches in. Okay, so I'm now about 4.5 hours in, and I'm almost done with the main body. It looks like the next steps are to add in the eyes, fluff them up, and then finish the body. So let's get to it. Alrighty, I am now 5 hours in and I've got one cute little blue egg guy. And next up, we're actually gonna be making the belly, because you know how the kit came with a pre-started like top? Well, the belly is actually what you use to make the top in the future. Okay, so I may have gotten a bit carried away with my last woobling session, and not only did I finish the belly, I also finished his beak and his 2 little wings. And so now I have one completed Pierre the Penguin. Also, I found out why they call these Woobles, because they are kind of woobly. You can make them stand up straight, but it kind of takes a little bit of effort, which, you know, it matches the name, right? Anyhow, on to my review. So completing Pierre took me about 7.5 hours, which is just under the higher end of 8 hours. I guess that makes sense because I am a total beginner, and I'm also kind of a perfectionist, so if I ever made a mistake, I like undid everything to fix it. As for difficulty, I give this like a 4 out of 5. So, you know, I haven't crocheted anything before. This is relative to like other crafts I've tried. I would say for crocheting, there are definitely a lot of parts that require a lot of intense concentration when you're learning the stitch, but then after you've kind of got the hang of it, you can kind of zone out a little bit more. But most importantly, was this fun? And my resounding answer is yes, I had so much fun with this project. So I definitely recommend the Woobles kit to anyone who's been interested in starting crocheting, or anyone who's been, you know, targeted by the same Instagram ads as me. The instructions were all really helpful and clear, the materials were super high quality, and it was overall just a really great experience. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed making Pierre the Penguin with me. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you next time. Bye!